Greetings and welcome back once again to Campaign Leipzig and the continuation of our series on Ney at the Katzbach. I am your host as always, so let's see what my opponent has done for this turn. As always, it's a Pbm, so... Ooh, we see a lot more Russians. Lots of Russians are now visible as a result of the advance of the various elements of the 5th Corps. Okay, he's deploying his line and throwing out skirmishers. Lose 6 men to that gun. Lose another few men. Oh no, didn't lose any that time. What's that? Horse guns? Yeah, horse guns. Cost me 5 men there. 7 men. 4 men. Alright, so the Russian artillery is already starting to nip at me. It's doing some nibbling, but not much else. Looks like he's reinforcing there. The various allied cavalry at Tribelwitz are falling back. So yeah, lots of Bashkirs, lots of Cossacks on the move, down the road. What could he possibly be up to? That's my question. Hello, what was that? It was something Russian. Oh, it's just this lot falling back. Let's speed it up a little bit. Yeah, his Russian cavalry is doing Russian cavalry, along with his Prussians. Still doing that stuff. I think he is just withdrawing. That answered that question. That's where the Russian line, the Prussian line is at Belwitzhof. So at Belwitzhof, he's got a battery, a small grand battery of 24 guns, plus a good 3 battalions of about maybe 2,000 men. So let's continue to observe what have we got. Not sure why I moved them first, but hey. So down here it's just for the most part business as usual with a bit of artillery fire. Nothing too monumental one way or another. Lost a few men. That's about it. Next we have MacDonald's Corps, who is going to be directly opposite Belwitzhof and the Prussians positioned in Belwitzhof. That looks perfectly acceptable to me. And then we have General Breyer's division and the rest of Soyam's 3rd Corps, which is partly actually broken up. I'm thinking Breyer will form up here. Delmas will drive for Tribelwitz. Albert and Richard will look to catch up. And then Marchand is to drive down the road to here. That's the plan, anyway. So, without further ado, let's get it started. So, leading it off will be the commitment of Tenth Hussars forward. Bring up these. So, and then Baden Line Infantry. And then on the other side we'll form up the Hessians. They're going to go slightly different formation. And then the Hessian the Hessian Guard will go there, where Marchand will place himself. Rush up the horse guns, bring up the batteries, and then bring up the wagons. He's going to continue sort of forming up ready. Now, cavalry-wise, we will continue to bring... Let us bring these elements of Rousseau's cavalry division. We basically will shift these lot about. 12 Chasseurs. Can go there, you go there. They can go sit there, and then the 11th will sort of be the brigade's reserves. General Blucher continues to bring up his cavalry on the ground. They will continue to move forward, ready to sort of get involved. Now that the space is created, okay, you should be further back, but oh well. Bring up the guns. That direction. position, but that division's sort of getting squashed in. As well. And I'm actually going to accept them being bunched up a bit. And now I will swing this division south, I think. To stick the guns up on the Tauernberg. And then sort of here, I will look to place the heavy guns. So I am going to take a position there. You come forward. Bring up the heavy cavalry. And look to place them nearby to sort of take advantage. Now it's a case of bringing up cavalry. Excelmans continue to move, now moving up quite nicely. Sebastiani now has effective command of all his cavalry for the most part, except for, well, actually now he does. So with effective command of all the cavalry, Ney is in effective command of Sebastiani, but we'll bring him forward again. Soyam is in effective command of Brea, Delmas, and Albert, Marchand, and Ricard are out. That makes sense. So in this case, MacDonald's Corps now comes forward. And we also you go there. And then Zucchi's Italians will be sort of following, but slightly off centre with them. Bring up the heavy guns. Commit the Naples troops forward. The sooner I can get these guns in position, the sooner I can start returning the favour. Bring up some more of the heavy guns. And then the wagons. Donald. Basically, I'm going to shift the Corps cavalry behind the infantry for the moment. I'll unlimber those Napolese horse artillery just to look to keep him honest. It's not going to do anything from that range, but it would at least keep him honest. I'll send these skirmishers into those woods. And we bring up the guns. Last elements of the division. Ow. Just lost a 6-pounder for my trouble. Still, all things considered, I'm actually fairly happy with the overall situation. With MacDonald and Soyam with Sebastiani's support looking to crush his right flank, I am set to continue my advance. I am basically just going to halt my advance where I am now, because, well, there is literally no need to advance. This is all part of my brilliant master plan, he says, knowing full well he doesn't actually have, quote, a brilliant master plan. Fall back behind the guns, unlimber the guns. Bring up the heavy artillery. So the 8 12-pounders are setting up there. You fall back behind the horse artillery, who then unlimber. I bring up those guns. could... What else can I see? Yeah, I might as well. Even if it doesn't do all that much. I lost 2 men for my trouble there. Just some basic opening of fire to their positions. Just let him know I haven't forgot about him. Now, I could push up General Rochambeau's division to try and put a bit more pressure onto him, but I don't think I have the need to. 5th Corps is doing what it's meant to be doing. Which is quite literally just a distraction, essentially, and preventing him from shifting reinforcements to reinforce the centre, to reinforce his right. That's the only thing they are meant to be doing, is to prevent him from shifting reinforcements this direction. The 22nd, I'm actually going to spread these boys out. A bit more. I'm going to bring them forward. Yeah, I can afford to bring the guns forward a bit more. What is it? It's light rain for the moment. The 36th Division is gonna... So yeah, let's think. Frontal assault on Belwitzhof. You're gonna attack this area. And then you're attacking here. You're gonna attack here. Down here. A little cramped in places, but not all that bad, all things considered. Still, I've lost 1 gun and 48 men. He's lost 22. Still, I think we're maybe 2 turns from full-blown contact. As this is very much still about using 5th Corps as a diversion. As long as he thinks I'm going to be assaulting the Russians on this flank, he's not going to be able to shimmy them to save his right flank, which should not withstand this attack from the 3rd Corps, the 11th Corps, and the 2nd Cavalry Corps. Should. But we all know what happens with shoulds. Marchand will probably form up here before advancing properly. So he's going to be at least 3 turns before he does anything. Still, I think all things considered, I'm rather happy with this situation. But that is going to be the end of the episode, since there is nothing else to do. So, I once again thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this latest series. If you have, please consider hitting that thumbs up, subscribing, or leaving a comment. But until next time, I thank you all once again, and I will say bye-bye for now.